أعزائي المشاهدين، كما عودناكم في برنامجكم الأسبوعي أن نستضيف لكم خيرة من دولة الإمارات العربية المتحدة، ولهذا الأسبوع نستضيف السيد مارك كليفر المدير التنفيذي لشركة أورنج جروب in Dubai. Good afternoon, Mr. Mark.
Good afternoon.
At the first, we would like to know who is Mark, from where he came, what's your background?
Okay. Well, Mark Klever. I am from New Zealand, was born in the South Island, and developed from an early age an interest in building. My father was a carpenter, and so developed into anything that was to do with making sculptures, models, that kind of thing throughout school, architecture school, and after a young career in New Zealand, working for a very prominent architect called Noel Lane. I then, after 6 years, came to the UAE.
How it was choose to come to UAE, or you selected to come to
Interesting. I mean, there were a few things. As you know, New Zealand is on the other end of the world, so right. Anything outside of the southern hemisphere is kind of interesting and exciting, you would say. Especially when you feel as a New Zealander often quite isolated.
Completely changed also?
100%, a big change. We just had a new baby. Well, she was 2, and my wife was involved in education. She saw an opportunity here. It aligned with what I thought to be an opportunity to come and see a growing city, a growing country. And so 2003, we packed up and arrived.
2003, 2005, it was 2 years before we start to done any work. How it was, what you understand in UAE about the culture, about the weather, about the land you are in?
It was an interesting period. I guess it was my time to, of course I was also a young father, so I was taking the role of looking after my daughter while my wife was, she was a language and English teacher. And so I took that opportunity to obviously foster my relationship. I then would drop my daughter at preschool, and then I'd go exploring. And so I think everyone in the UAE at some point gets a 4-wheel drive and tries to drive in the desert. So that was me for a couple of years.
To Ras Al Khaimah.
In Ras Al Khaimah.
Not in Dubai.
No, Ras Al Khaimah always has a particular part in my heart.
And more Arab you can find there, more traditional, more, it's desert, mountains.
Exactly. It's one of those places where you can in one day have such an adventure from the beach, through the desert, up to the mountains. It's amazing. And I see that the rulers there have done a really good job in providing more opportunities for people to enjoy that, which is really amazing.
How it was the first project in Ras Al Khaimah?
It was a
experience of that.
It was a shisha cafe for the Hilton.
After a strong journey in New Zealand, then to shisha cafe.
Yeah, come and I start small. Small with a shisha cafe for the Hilton, and it was an interesting project, and it really was, I guess, and then my first introduction into some aspect of lifestyle and a little bit of culture. I made some friends, evenings discussing the project, and after the project was finished, more evenings, drinking tea, having shisha. It was one of those growth periods, I guess.
After experience in Ras Al Khaimah, you moved to have I think, your own business, Orange Group, or you start with some?
No, I started with a company, a very good hospitality company in the new architectural department, and I was with them for 10 years.
Wow!
And that was
Long journey.
Yeah, it was an amazing period. It was a very, very good design firm, still continues to be doing amazing stuff, and that was really where I guess I cemented my talent and developed a further curiosity into hospitality architecture, what it does to design a hotel, a resort, that kind of thing. So we did other projects as well, but hospitality was the core role of that firm.
I think the Shisha Cafe, it was a lucky project to start with hospitality also.
It was indeed. I guess it was a bit of a foresight to what was going to come. Yeah.
After strong experience in United Arab Emirates, you decide to start a business from employee to employer. How it was and what the difficulty that time?
Well, I mean, I do have a business partner, so we went into, we decided to start something, and that was one of a collective of different companies actually, and there was different businesses within the group. There was not only architecture and design, there was lighting, there was entertainment, there was fashion, food and beverage,
wow.
A lot of kind of things. But then in 2019 we rebranded and we focused on architecture, and that's where the Orange Group came out of. And so it's really been going since 2015, but the core direction of Orange as a design firm, architectural design firm, was in 2019.
How the idea it came to build today strong company, United Arab Emirates, with a big challenge? How it was your idea in 2019, even with COVID-19, it was.
Yes, yeah, true. But I guess there's always challenges. There's always challenges. 2008, 2009, as you recall, when it was a massive challenge for not just world financial crisis. And we kind of got through that, and then there was a bit of a bounce back, and then there was a 2016 correction, and then 2019. So there's always little mini bumps along the way. I guess it's always, you do well to keep your eye on the long term, keep focusing on what you want to do long term.
From an employee to have only family responsibility, to have a big family responsibility, a business owner.
Yes.
How it was the move?
Well, it really just grew organically. So then, obviously, there's the financial responsibilities to ensure that you can provide for your employees, because they are your family at the end of the day. And I have a very horizontal structure within the company. That we have. There's not such a pyramid of responsibilities. It's really me across all, and everyone plays their role. So in that respect, it's quite a collective and a tight bunch.
Today you have your name in the market as a strong horticulture company. Let us to know how you build a team, what you select them, how the experience of your team in the company. And we would like to know about the challenge it was with COVID-19 to move to AI automatically and to work from home sometimes.
Yeah. Well, building the team, it's really about finding passionate people that you feel can add value, or they come with their own value. And so either your values align, you want to be surrounded by people that are passionate. So that's the foremost. If you can get people that are there, that believe in doing something, building on something which is not just getting a salary. Anyone can go and work in a firm.
Our works and get
check
salary.
In, check out, done. But this is more of I guess architecture and a lot of design is one of those creative careers which does by its nature kind of dig into the passionate side of you. And so having people around you which are like that is an absolute must when you're in this kind of industry. Yeah. Now about COVID-19, actually it was an interesting period for us. we work in technology, I guess, in the way that we create and design. So it wasn't so much that we needed to be all together. So we were able to work from home quite easily. And if anything, it helped us streamline a lot of processes and cut out a lot of unnecessary time things. So, yeah, I guess it was always a challenge when you're not, working as a collective within the same area.
Yeah, right.
But enabled us to then now, I guess the rest of the world as well, is having a Zoom call is an easy thing. Everyone knows, it's not such a big thing. It's a very seamless way of communicating now.
How it was the start of Orange Group, and how you give that name, the meaning of Orange?
Orange, yeah.
Orange, we know.
A lot of people ask us.
Yeah,
we wanted Apple.
The color not orange here.
Yeah, Apple was already taken, so apparently. So we had to choose another one. No, Orange, it comes from Dutch heritage. A business partner, co-founder, he's a Dutch national. I have Dutch lineage as well, and so the orange fell into that, and and it's stuck.
What project we done, and how we select our project, with who we will work. Many people, they say, okay, it's a design we will do and finish. It's a business, but no, we need to find the right also to work with them.
Yeah, this is true, and my list of clients has been. We get a lot of repeat business, so that means that we have done something successful for them. And when it's successful, it also doesn't mean that the project by itself has been successful, but the relationship has been successful. And that's one of the key things, I think, in building clientele, building a portfolio of projects, is having the right clients, having the right relationships.
Right.
And we're quite fortunate that we can choose a little. Sometimes we take a project just to see how it goes, maybe something that we haven't tried before. Mm-hmm. And that's always, it can be fraught with challenges, but sometimes success comes out of it. Recently we did a showroom for a car auto-tuning place, which was something we've never done before. But the relationship which came out of it and the product which came out of it, the design was very, very good. And so we're able to now go on to our next one and develop a more stronger relationship.
Yesterday I was moving in your social media platform, and I saw awards you have. Can we know some of that awards you got it, and today you are proud for it?
100%. Awards. Yeah, awards give you some affirmation that you're doing.
You're in the level in
doing some good things. It's very important though, because in Dubai, in the world, there are a lot of awards which are handed out, but only a few of them really mean something, and so it's important to celebrate those ones that mean a lot, and celebrate with the team, because if anything can build a stronger team is being able to visibly be seen to succeed together, mm-hmm. and show your appreciation to your team. So awards don't stick with me; they're part of the greater team, and for that, those things mean a lot. They mean a lot to the younger team. It's part of the growth of a company, which when you can see, you can build on successes.
How do you keep your relation strong with your team? I saw many nationality here. Different culture in one office. Your desk, even with them, you don't have any door or closed door there.
100%.
That's really it is.
100%. We're very open. We're very open. We foster a culture of being able to come at any time, talk to anybody at any time, which gives us some strength because you get collaboration. We become a team rather than a collective of individuals. And that's very, very important, particularly in design, where quite often you want to get some instant feedback. So rather it be a formal presentation and a review, it's more informal. Sometimes learning happens incidentally, or gaining experience happens incidentally. It's not forced. And so if you can create an environment which is much more relaxed, mm-hmm. then people can talk. And when people are relaxed and talking,
you spend 16, 17 hours together sometimes.
Yeah, exactly. You become close, And we operate in a way which our work is shared, so we can see in our computer systems what people are working on, and we can comment on it at any time. And so it's, yes, there's a physical side of it, but there's also the kind of logistical side of how we work. That gives us that collaboration, that gives us that way to, everyone can engage or feel they can contribute.
Mr. Mark, let us to know more about the services you are providing and the most popular project you work on today. You are proud for that.
Well, we are designers, so we call ourselves architects. We call ourselves designers. Now, what does that mean? Do we do buildings? Not always. Sometimes we do pieces of furniture. Sometimes we design something very small. It might be a small garden gazebo to something like a multi-story building. So we don't necessarily confine ourselves to a particular kind of building. That makes it very difficult then to select one project which would be above all. However, I do and still get a lot of joy out of looking at some of the smaller projects we do, ones that we can have had the opportunity to be involved in all facets of it. So the landscaping, the interior, the lighting design, the way in which the home automation works so that the client can enjoy it. So sometimes the smaller projects give you that opportunity. So there's one in Shira Garden Pavilion, which is probably one of our favourite projects because of that. We treat it like a small jewellery box where everything has been crafted, and for that gives us a lot of joy. Our client loved it too.
Today, to have your name in Dubai, as His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid mentioned, to be number one, it is not easy, but to continue the hard thing. That's the hard things. You are from 19 till today, growing slowly, and
yes,
you are in a one of the, we can say, good level in United Arab Emirates to be in that level in these years, in very fast, it's
True.
moving. How you keep that sustainability, and we would like also to know what the future plan, what the next.
Well, we always strive to improve on anything. You never sit on and rest. So whether it be our systems or whether it be our external forces or external collaborators we work with, we find ways to keep polishing up what we do, because that gives, you need to be able to have that sense of progression. We always want to be able to take one project from the beginning and say everything worked on that project. Now that doesn't happen very often, and that there's always a little few hiccups along the way. So if you have that in mind, then you're always going to be striving for something which works seamlessly. So I know it's a difficult one.
Where we can see Orange next 5 years?
So for Orange, it'll be interesting. We have a team of 20, which is for me it's quite a number of people, and to be able to keep focus, I don't think we could like to see us getting much bigger than this. We'd like to collaborate for sure, and we have done that in the past. When we collaborate with other teams, then we can take on larger projects. But we've enjoyed being the size that we are. We're more of a tighter family, so I don't think we want to grow much bigger than that. We want to do better, more polished projects.
Today, your name out of United Arab Emirates. You have some project out of UAE. Let us to know about it.
Yes. Well, we're working in Saudi. I think most firms are doing projects in Saudi. So we've got 4 projects, 5 projects in Saudi, ranging from residential to some commercial, external entertainment areas projects as well. Some works in Jeddah, a penthouse in the Kingdom Tower. So that's keeping us busy there in the Kingdom. In Africa, we've completed a villa, like a farmhouse, if you like, in the western tea plantations of Kenya. We're currently looking at 2 projects in Zanzibar, one in one in Serengeti. We have a project in Australia. We have interest throughout the India as well. So although our core projects are in the UAE, we do branch out, not too far, but we branch out into other areas.
20 years back, you was drop your child in the school and you come back to the house to think what you will do. Today, I'm sure you don't have that time to spend it.
Well,
let us to know how you prepare your time to be in the office or to be in the house together. And I'm sure there is some waste time out of our family. We need to focus a little bit with them. You have, mashallah, 3 child.
100, yes.
And you have a supporting woman?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, no, my wife's very supportive of my career, and she does kind of, give me a lot of backup. And I've been blessed with 3 children, 2 of which are now gone on to study and are moved out of the UAE. One back to New Zealand, and one's gone to art school in Barcelona.
You don't look that old to have a child who study out of the UAE.
Yeah, she's finished her masters now.
Wow!
And then one is starting her bachelor's. Well, she's doing at art school in Barcelona, and then I have a 14-year-old son. So I still have a bit of family connection. Understanding
family, we can say.
100%.
What you will say today for them?
Well, I'm very grateful for they keep me moving. They keep me. Everything I do here really is for them at the end of the day. So yeah.
Who's your role models?
Role models?
Yeah. Who's shaped you?
Ooh.
Oh, sharp question.
Yeah, it is. I think everyone I've worked for. I haven't worked with a lot of companies, and you learn everything from people that you work for. And so I've had to model myself on a particular person. I've worked for a great architect. I mentioned Noel Lane in New Zealand, and he taught me a lot about the importance of focus on design, but also working with the right people. I remember when I was a young architect working for him, a new client came in. This is a small story.
Sure.
The client came in, a prospective client. He had a piece of land, beautiful piece of land, obviously quite wealthy, so willing to pay quite good fees. And I was asked to come and join the meeting and take notes as a junior. And so he came with his wife and he explained the project. We spoke for about an hour, I guess. He was explaining about the project. Noel and him had a few exchanges, and then he left. And I said to my boss, I'll just type up those notes, shall I? And he said, no. He said, throw it in the bin. I thought, why? And he said, I didn't like the way he spoke to his wife. I don't want to work with him. So I thought, and that was one of those moments where, he was, and you do, as an architect, you become, when you take on a project, especially residential, you become part of that project. Right. You talk to them, they have your cell phone number on speed dial, you talk to them and sometimes 2 or 3 times on the weekend. You create a relationship. So it's not just about taking the project, it's about what kind of relationship you want to form with that potential client. So that was quite a valuable lesson.
And you need to be in the middle always between the man and woman.
Sometimes.
Wow.
Sometimes, yeah.
It's a little bit hard to manage that.
That can be tricky. Yeah, that can be tricky.
How you keep your team always updating with as much as what you see in Dubai? Sustainability, it's very important for United Arab Emirates, and our leaders, they support that vision. How you keep your team updating always with what we see every next few years with the technology, with the AI, all that which help us to be sustainability.
Yeah, the sustainability one's interesting because it's been something which has been at the core for me. Obviously New Zealand has quite a reputation, you would say, of pushing sustainability, I'm so happy that we've come to a point where in the UAE it's been fully embraced, almost mandated. Green buildings, so forth,
Green community, yeah.
renewable energies. Big solar farm out in behind Al Qudra. Alternative energy is being developed in Abu Dhabi. So it's a big part of what our responsibility as architects. So for our team, obviously we have a lot of shows which are coming. Fortunately, being in Dubai, there's so many trade shows and events to be pushing part of it. So anything that has to do with that, our team is down there having a look at it. Or I definitely endorse that. And with technology, certainly it's something that we have to keep up to date with. We work in BIM. I think many consultants now work in BIM, building information modelling, as a way to develop their architectural designs. So, and that is so powerful and has often only scraped the surface of it. So within what we usually do, which is modelling up for 3Ds, etc., there's also energy modelling that can be tapped into that. And that is something that we're working on, developing that more so that we can understand what the energy consumption of a building may be from its orientation to sun, solar, etc.
If you have today a thanks message to the people who support you to be today in this level, from the people who are close to you, for who you will say thanks?
Well, I do have to say I'm very grateful. I have a family which has been very supportive in what I've been doing here, and they've grown here as well. And I have such a great team, without which we wouldn't be where we are. And then I have some beautiful clients that have been coming, and repeat clients. There's a few families here that have really supported what we've been doing, and they saw the potential when I was early on in our days, and now we're doing more projects together. And I'm very thankful for that, and hope we can continue.
Today, United Arab Emirates, one of the best countries in the world, from the safety and security, which help us to invest and to grow and to live with our family in very safe. We would like to have a thanks message from you to our visionary leaders and to United Arab Emirates for that support.
I would like to thank UAE and the leaders of the government for creating such a safe and generous environment to enable myself and my team to be able to flourish here. And I'm looking forward to our continued growth. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Orange Design Group, and thank you, Mr. Mark, for your time to be with the Emarati program. We wish for you all the best and more success, inshallah.
دفوتها لها غير وترحبهم فرحة